Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. I'm your host Harpreet Singh from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. In today's program, I'll be talking to Mr. Dileep Nigam, who is a well known motivational speaker, and we'll be talking about the importance of emotional intelligence, how we can live a life by following emotional intelligence. So, first of all, what is emotional intelligence and why is it important? Let's get over to him and learn from him the importance. Mr. Dileep Nigam, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, nice to be here with you.
Welcome, Dileep ji. Welcome. So, today we
And
would like to know
yeah,
from you about emotional intelligence. What is this concept and why is it important in today's life?
cool. And now I'm going to talk about this subject by sharing a story from my life's career journey, and and then I'll come over to the steps of emotional intelligence. It's a very vital and critical subject for a future generation to excel in life and career. But let me elaborate a story. The story goes back to 2010 when I moved to Canada in 2010. In 2011, I started my job with one of the largest power corporations in Canada, in British Columbia. Now, within 1.5 years of joining the company, and I joined them as senior procurement advisor. Now, within 1.5 years of joining the company, there was an advertisement by the HR for the position of lead manager, leading the whole department of about 20 plus people, which had a few senior advisors in it. I applied for it, and many other of my peers also applied for it who were with the company for many years, as long as 20 years. Now, the company followed a proper competitive recruitment process. But interestingly, what happened, to the surprise of everyone, after 1 month of discussions, interviews, and everything else, the name which came up to be decided to be selected as a lead manager was none other than myself. Now, that shocked everybody. Now, all my peers were supposed to now become the direct report to me, which was really not happy that this guy is just come in the company 1.5 year back, and how come we are supposed to report to him? But again, it was HR's decision and the top management selection process that they picked me for the particular position. Anyway, so picked up a very negative attitude towards me, very negative. They literally ganged against me and started criticizing me, condemning me in the coffee rooms for whatever decisions I was taking, whatever actions I was taking. Now, I had to identify as a new lead manager, I had to identify my way of going forward. So, first step I took was I appraised HR department about what's going on in the department, what kind of resistance I'm feeling from the people. But I told them I'm willing to be very patient with these folks rather than reprimanding them or challenging them that they'll be penalized if they don't listen to me. I did not follow that negative route. I'm sure some of the listeners might feel that the easy route could have been that HR calls them and scolds them and say, you better listen to this man because he is now your boss. But no, I said no. I will not do that. I will follow a systematic process of
Right.
following the route and then try to manage a tough situation. And it was, Harpiji, I can tell you, it was one of the toughest career situations for me when I started in this company
Right.
because I was promoted, but these guys were not obeying me, rather spreading negative about me. Now I started understanding also, I also understood based on my previous experience of 30 plus years that every human being is different. And every human being has some strengths, some limitations, and some positive elements to offer. But he may have a different opinion because he's a different human being. So what I did, I wrote individuals, the 5 internal clients, a letter or email asking the feedback about these three direct reports we were actually trying to gang against me, and seek their pluses, seek their limitations, and the areas of improvement. And I also asked the internal clients, tell me what are the ways we can improve our overall department's performance. Now that feedback about these three people came from five internal clients. Now I knew now, even before taking over as the lead manager, what their performance has been and how the internal clients feel about these folks. Now I kept that in my as a trump card for me. But when I started meeting them one by one. And I want to share a story of one of the persons. His name is not the real name, but his name I call him as Robert. I called Robert for a meeting and I started having one to one meetings with him every 15 days. I called Robert and said, Robert, I updated him about the pluses. We discussed about the project progress, etc. And then I said, let me ask a few questions, Robert. What are your career goals and choices and preferences in the next 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years from now? So Robert actually did not expect that question from me because he was already very negative inside his heart. So he said, you know what? I have been with the company for over 10 years. I'm an I'm doing an MBA and I want to be a lead manager in a corporation 5 years from now. I said, okay, great. What are you doing to accomplish your career goals? He said, I'm pursuing an MBA. 1 year is done, 2 more years are left. And as soon as I complete my MBA, I possibly will go to look for a job, either here or outside. I said, great. Now, let me ask you a question. Is there any way I can help you accomplish your career goals? Is there anything which bothers you in your current target for achieving completing your MBA? And is there any way I can help you in accomplishing your career goals? Now he is surprised. He said, you know what, Dilip, I'm very struggling a lot on my time crunch towards my family, my job, and my MBA.
Right.
Now, if something can be done about my timings, that will be great. I said, okay, within my authority, I allow you to 37.5 hours of work every week, irrespective of you coming at 9 and going at 5.
Right.
You can come whatever time you want to come. You can go whatever time you want to go. You can even take half day off on Friday. But I'm there to accommodate you and your needs. And I will never ever question you what time you came, what time you go, as long as the deliverables are met.
Right.
I saw a big smile on his face. He says, wow, he never expected that especially because the negative environment we have been working together.
Absolutely.
Now,
Well,
I did not stop there. Yeah.
Right. So, Dileepji, what example you're giving is generally it happens the opposite. If someone has been rude to us or someone is not kind of trying to demean us or something, we also adopt that
Yep.
same kind of attitude and we
Yep.
also follow the same path. But what you are saying is adopt a different path so that others also feel accommodated and probably their perceptions about you change and things get back to normal. So, what happened after this? It's
Yep.
time for a break. Let's go for a break. We'll be back and learn from you as to how emotional intelligence needs to be adopted in one's life.
ਹਰ ਰੰਗ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਹਰ ਮਾਡਲ, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਡਾ ਕਰਮ ਹੈ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧਾਉਣਾ, ਸਫ਼ਰ ਨੂੰ ਸੌਖਾ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ। ਬਸੰਤ ਮੋਟਰਸ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ।
During Vaisakhi, Sikhs around the world celebrate the establishment of the Khalsa. It is a time for faithful rededication to the core Sikh values of Seva, which is selfless service to others. Sikhs use this time to bless others, offering help and hope to those around them. As you continue to carry this inspiring legacy forward with generosity, I extend best wishes to all those celebrating. Happy Vaisakhi.
है जुल्म ढाने का अंदाज भी कितना हंसी, हमारी जान पर बनाई है जब जब उसने अंगड़ाई ली। कभी खामोश रहते हैं, कभी शोर होता है। मोहब्बत में शरारत का मजा कुछ और होता है। दिल को जज्बात का तोहफा खामोशियों को बात का तोहफा, खूबसूरती में जड़ी नजाकत अदाओं की चांद से मुखड़े को चांद सा तोहफा।
भारत ज्वेलर्स, सच्चे प्यार की चमक जैसा। पायल बिजनेस सेंटर सरी।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ। ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਮ, ਆਟੋ, ਟਰੈਵਲ, ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ, ਲਾਈਫ, ਰਿਕ੍ਰੀਏਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ 9 ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਨੇ ਲੋਅਰ ਮੇਨਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਹਫਤੇ ਦੇ 7 ਦਿਨ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹੀਆਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਸਵੇਰੇ 9 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਰਾਤ ਦੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਮੇਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ 6045076666 604 507 6666। ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ ਅਭਿਸ਼ੇਕ ਗਰੋਵਰ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਮਾਰਗੇਜ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਅਭਿਸ਼ੇਕ ਗਰੋਵਰ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਅਤੇ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਮਾਰਗੇਜਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਹਰ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਰੇਟ ਲੈਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਹੈ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਨੰਬਰ 104, 105, 6678 152 ਸਟਰੀਟ, ਸਰੀ, ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈ 6047861937 604 786 1937। Today we are talking to Mr. Dileep Nigam, and the topic is emotional intelligence. Why is it important, and how, if you start using it, how it can be beneficial to you. Let's get back to him and learn from him more. Dileep ji, so you were telling the incident where the person whom you accommodated. So what happened after that, and how it helped you in furthering your prospect?
Yeah, so let me complete the story here a little bit. After offering this first proposition, I did not stop there. I even asked him, you know what? I would also suggest you to pick an external course which possibly help you complete your MBA program. Could be communication skills, could be presentation skills, could be conflict resolution, anything. External program, and I would sign it off to be paid by the company. How about that? He says, that will be great. Now that was the topping on the ice. Interestingly, this gentleman, who came with a very somber face in the meeting, at the start of the meeting, went back smiling, big smile on his face, and very, very happy. And you know what? Next day morning, when I met him in the corridor of the company, he gave me a very respectful bow and good morning, and the relationship started changing. Now, moving on this, we started having every fortnightly a coffee meeting with each other. And over there, we would exchange notes. How is the department running? Any positive suggestion he wants to give, or any suggestion he wants to make for improving the performance of the company for our department. Any challenges he was facing, in any way I can help him accomplish his career goals. And I told him that, Robert, I assure you one thing, I am with you in attaining your career goals. Whenever you have a challenge, come back to me and I will see in what way I can help you. That completely changed the attitude of the person. We became the best of the best friends, and he became the best partner or career, or I would say a team player for me, a very confidential team player for me for times to come. Now, this is a story of mine, and I'm going to tell you the 4 pillars of emotional intelligence. But before that, I want to define what is emotional intelligence. So there is a gentleman, his name is Daniel Goleman. He wrote a book, best-selling book called Emotional Intelligence, Why It Matters More Than IQ, Intelligence Quotient. And he describes emotional intelligence as the capacity to recognize our own emotions and those of others, for motivating ourselves and for managing emotions well in ourselves and our relationships. Now, if you understand, and likewise, if you go to Wikipedia, emotional intelligence is defined the ability to perceive, use, understand, manage, and handle emotions. People with high emotional intelligence can recognize their own emotions as well as others' emotions and use this knowledge while taking decisions. Now, if you reflect back on the whole story and connect these dots on this definition, you'll find, what did I do? I was I was floating with negative emotions at that time because everybody was against me. So I this leads to the first step of emotional intelligence is called self awareness. You need to know where your emotions are and where it is heading to. Now, my emotions during that extreme opposition by the people there, especially senior people who have been with the company for over 20 years, who had ganged up to work against me, were really running negative. But what I had to do was, I had to understand I had two options. Either I understand their emotions and try to find a solution which works for both, or I react to them. I did not react to them. And I maintained my calm and I maintained my total control on my emotions while handling these three folks who were actually ganging against me. And likewise, the second step of emotional intelligence is called self management. So, first one was self awareness, where you are with respect to a current situation, how are you feeling about it, and then that leads to self management. Self management is managing your own emotions. Now, there you would agree that in a situation like this, when you're going to run the whole department, a lot of deliverables and time bound deliverables, with your newfound direct reports not really cooperating with you, and you have timelines to meet because internal clients have no compromises kind of a situation. They don't
Right.
compromise, they don't want to hear that you are facing this challenge, they want a result, right? So I was under a lot of pressure. But what I would do whenever I was under pressure, self management. I will
Right.
go out for a walk in the forest behind our company, and I will go for a jog, and I will listen to calming music or a meditation music for about
Right.
10 minutes. I will go for a jog or I'll go to the gym for 10 minutes and do 15 minutes gym and come back on the seat. And I find myself, I was completely calm after that effort and exercise. It's all about isolating yourself, your emotions, not responding to the negative emotions which are hampering your mind and thoughts, overcoming them through these activities which could actually give you calmness. Okay, it could be yoga, it could be breathing exercise for 10 minutes or whatever, it could be meditation for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Everything will calm you down. So I practiced that, and that allowed me to really calm down my emotions which were possibly going hyper at particular position and particular time, and allowed me to calm down and take a calm decision and not react to the people. The third step or the pillar of emotional intelligence is social awareness. Now, social awareness, empathy is the very key element of social awareness.
Right.
Understanding the other party's emotions, thoughts, expectations, and behaviors is social awareness.
Right.
So I see what is empathy. Empathy is not about saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry about your current situation." That's not empathy. My direct report, Robert, said he is facing time crunch. You know what? I had two options. I could have said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. You know what? You possibly have to figure it out." But you know what? The job's requirements are requirements. You got to meet the targets and deliver. That's it. Zero empathy. But I did not show that. Now, empathy actually means showing concern about a person's needs and expectations and challenges and being a part of the solution making process. In the story, when I told you, I became a partner to the solution offering process.
Right.
So the solutions I offered
Right.
actually gave him a solution, and
Very
that
true.
gives him an indication that I'm serious about it. Right?
Well, this is very important. Generally, we get frustrated and we start berating, but instead, if we start thinking about solutions, definitely we can find those solutions and be on a better path. We can be, more our mind will be more clear, we'll be more fine instead of just kind of fuming and berating and hurting ourselves only. Excellent point. Let's go for a break and we'll be back, Ji, and we'll continue with the discussion. We are shortly back after this break.
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਪੇਸ, ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ।
ਵੈਨ ਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 130428 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 330 7363 604 330 7363।
हर रोज पूछे ये हवाएं, हम तो बता के हारे, क्यों जिक्र तेरा करते हैं हमसे तारे। हर रोज पूछे ये हवाएं, हम तो बता के हारे, क्यों जिक्र तेरा करते हैं हमसे तारे। अब किससे है तेरे इन होठों पे मेरे इज़हार आया, दिल को करार आया, तुझ पे है प्यार आया, पहली पहली बार आया ओ यारा।
ਟਿਕਟਸ ਬੜੀ ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਕ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਮਦਰਸ ਗੈਲਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ 13 ਮਈ ਨੂੰ ਅਲਟੀਮੇਟ ਬੈਂਕਟ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ 7782378115। ਡੂਨ ਐਂਟਰਟੇਨਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਲਿਆਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਓ ਵਾਪਸ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਤੋਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਦੱਸ ਦਈਏ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਨੀਰਜ ਅਗਨੀਹੋਤਰੀ। 2006 ਤੋਂ ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟ ਵਜੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਓਨੈਸਟ ਤੇ ਰਿਲਾਇਬਲ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਸੋ ਜੇਕਰ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ, PR ਹੋ, ਨਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕਰਨੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ, ਤਾਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 6045972284 ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਨੇ ਜੀ। ਆਓ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਲਿਆਈਏ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ। So, Mr. Nigam, you were talking about some ingredients, some steps which we need to follow. And these are very simple and basic steps, but if we start adopting them, it will be very easy for us. We will not get frustrated. We'll be more calmer. We'll be happier. What other things we need to know?
So, Harpreet, I talked about 3 steps so far. First was self-awareness.
Yeah.
Second is self-management. Third is social awareness. And the fourth step in the line is, in this category, is relationship management. Now, if you recall what I was talking about, apart from helping Robert, I also focused on relationship management, which ultimately resulted into a very great friendship with him, and he became a partner in my success process. I became a partner in his success process, and he became, in turn, a partner in my success process, and we started working like a team. See, communicating with each other, understanding each other's priorities, helping each other attain their goals, career and life goals to the extent possible, and showing that genuine commitment and sincerity that I really mean what I say will actually help you build the relationships. Relationship cannot be fictitious. Relationship, your initiatives have come from the heart. It has to come from the heart. And interestingly, we must understand the other guy, the other party on the side will always understand whether your initiatives are fake or genuine. Your initiatives for relationship building are genuine or fake. Everybody is very smart and they would figure out very easily whether your initiatives are genuine or not. So you have to show a genuine initiative and work towards it to help other people and build a relationship. So the fourth element of emotional intelligence is relationship management. Now, there's a noted author, American author called Zig Ziglar. And Zig Ziglar says, you will get all what you want in life if you help enough people get what they want in life. So, the story we talked about, I helped Robert get what exactly he wanted, resolve his issues, and help him progress in life. And ultimately, he became a partner to my success journey and he became a good friend of mine. And I got what I wanted from him: good performance, good deliveries, and a friend. Right? So, this is a very interesting quote by Zig Ziglar. Now, coming to what is the importance of emotional intelligence? I'm sure you would have understood to a certain
Of
extent
course.
what exactly is this. I want to give you a couple of data on emotional intelligence and the importance.
Right.
LinkedIn, if people have not heard about it, I want to give you a perspective. As per LinkedIn, the top five soft skills needed by industry in the 2020 and beyond are creativity, persuasion, collaboration, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence appears that as one of the critical soft skills if you want to flourish in life and career in the near future. World Economic Forum also in their reports for the skills needed in 21st century refer to emotional intelligence as out of 10 skills they talk about emotional intelligence one of the key steps. So we need to understand even if you have high IQ in going forward in today's times, IQ itself is not sufficient.
Yeah, things are
IQ
changing now.
coupled with EQ.
Right.
IQ coupled with EQ
EQ.
is very, very vital. Yeah. You see, in the AI driven world today is the AI driven world.
Right.
A lot of things in future will be done by robots,
Yeah.
are being done by robots. But what robot cannot do, the robots cannot do or AI cannot do, where they miss out the human element, the human touch. And emotional intelligence is nothing but that element which offers the human touch and considers the human touch in taking decisions and resolving problems or sustainable relations and building sustainable relations and a positive, conducive environment for people to sail through the journey of life and career. So that's what is my thought about it. I hope it makes some sense. And if you have not understood, if people have not really worked on this, commit some time to learning on emotional intelligence.
Right.
Undertake a course or a program and be a master of emotional intelligence because emotional intelligence is not just about career, it's all about life also.
Right. And
Understanding the relationships between husband and wife
yeah.
or father and a child in today's times. Why is drifting away from you? Emotional intelligence will play a part.
That's right.
Okay?
Well, very
So
true,
that's what I
Mr.
would like
Dileep.
to say.
Today, what we are finding out is that lots of cracks in the relationships, and it's basically we are not being able to understand our emotions. Everybody has emotions, but how to use those emotions for a betterment, that is what is the skill which you need to acquire. And it's not that it's rocket science, it's very simple, but we forget about these things when they befall us. And this is the time when we need to be strong and we need to understand how to use our emotions for our betterment and for maintaining those relations. Well, thank you very much. If anybody wants to get hold of you, where can they contact you?
My number is 604 349 4107. and my email is Dileep, Dileep .nigam, Nigam @gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to handle, help people resolve their issues. I mean, I have helped people, just to not to brag about it, but I have helped people resolve problems with mother and daughter
Right.
about the marriage issues, big conflict. I have helped people resolve problems with father and son, because there's a grown-up son, is 19 years now, and there's a drift happening between the two,
Right.
and I had to work out a solution with them, and then they are an amicable, happy family now.
And
So
just,
there could be situations, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I'll be delighted to talk to people and
Okay,
offer some
wonderful.
solutions
Well,
to make
thank you
their
for
life
this
happy.
offer. Thank you very much for this offer, and we hope if somebody requires some help, they should not feel ashamed in asking for help, because just by getting help, if we can recover something, why not? And in today's world,
Yeah.
all of us are passing through various phases of life, and some are facing financial issues, some are facing emotional issues. So it's the time when we can get help, we should come forward. Thank you very much, Mr. Dileep. Thank you. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੀ। ਅੱਜ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਸ ਦਾ ਸਹੀ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰੀਏ, ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਮਿਲ ਸਕੇ। ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਜੋ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਦੀ ਜੇ ਸਹੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾਨਸਿਕ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਤੰਦਰੁਸਤ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ, ਪਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੋਣਗੇ। ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਲੀਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਣ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਿਮੰਤਰਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੋ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੋ, ਇਫ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਸਮਨ ਹੂ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਅ ਐਸੈਟ through his knowledge or her knowledge, please do contact me through WhatsApp at 604-603-7555. And I would like to thank you all for sparing your valuable time and being a part of this program. Every evening at 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, we have different speakers who come and talk on different topics. So thanks for your support. ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ। ਫਿਰ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ। Have a safe evening, stay healthy and enjoy yourself.